Senator, I wanted to ask you your thoughts about Stephen Moore's nomination, whether you would vote in favor of him joining the Fed.
So let's see if there's an actual nomination. That has not yet occurred. My view is that Steve Moore, I've known Steve for a long time, and he's been a terrific champion for growth, a terrific champion for a supply-side way of viewing the economy and the world. I think that kind of point of view would be a good departure from the way I think most folks at the Fed think. But let's see how it proceeds.
Well, would you support his nomination? There's some.
I would be inclined to support his nomination.
There was some reporting yesterday that suggested that during a meeting of the Senate GOP caucus that you suggested you did not think he would ultimately be nominated.
I don't discuss private conversations, and when the Republican conference gets together for a lunch and we have a conversation, I consider that a private conversation.
How concerned are you about some of the comments and writings that he's made over the years related to women?
I think people ought to take a look at those. I think they were intended to be tongue-in-cheek. I don't think he's a misogynist or anything of the sort. But, you know, people will evaluate that if, in fact, he's nominated.
But in terms of your own evaluation, that's not going to be part of it?
In terms
of your support for him?
Yeah, from what I have seen at this point, I don't think that is disqualifying for him.
What do you make of the other economists out there who, I hate to say, but don't appear to have respect for Mr. Moore?
Well, look, I don't know too many economists who have always gotten it right, okay? Steve Moore, like many of us, myself included, thought that there was a very significant risk that the massive, unprecedented quantitative easing of the last decade was a big risk for inflation. We were proven wrong. Inflation never really materialized. On the other hand, the Fed has been dead wrong on their GDP projections for I don't know how long, consistently overestimating their projections for growth during the Obama years, underestimating it more recently. So I think a different point of view would be helpful, that's all.
Do you think there's an argument to be made that this would politicize the Fed?
I spoke with Steve, and he assured me that he would be an independent voice, an independent Fed governor. I do think that's very, very important. I have urged the president not to attack Chairman Powell, and I do think it's important that the Fed would remain independent.